Hey guys, happy Saturday to you. I wanted to pop in, make at least a weekly video. That's my goal, I guess, is to at least make a weekly video for you guys. And then if I do more, then hey, I've done more. So I've got Miss Lucy Grace here, and she's been all swaddled this week in her comfy little pajamas and her little pink swaddle blanket. And it's been very cold here this week, and we had a big snowstorm on, what day of the week was it? I think it was Thursday. Yeah, I think it was Thursday. So the weather has been really, really chilly. So when it's cold like this, and I know I'm not going to have time to play or spend a lot of time with her, I like to make sure she's in something comfortable. And today it's actually quite warm considering what it was just yesterday. It's like in the 40s, like low 40s, but it's still, that is a huge increase from yesterday. It was in the teens yesterday all day. Like even when it was midday and the sun popped out for like 5 seconds, which is about all we see, it was still like maybe 20 degrees. It's just been so cold. I hate this weather. I am just not built for this weather. I say this to people all around me and they chuckle. They're like, you've grown up here. Why don't you like the weather? I'm like, I'm cold. I don't like being cold. And this weather is frigid and unnecessary, I believe. That's my thoughts on it. So this is what I'm going to put on little Lucy. I hope it fits. It's really cute. It's by Catch Catch. It's a baby brand that I occasionally will find some cute stuff for. And yeah, I've had this one for quite a while actually. But it's cute because it's got a little bunny theme on it, and I love things with bunnies. I absolutely love things with bunnies on my babies. And actually, let me put a little mitts on. So I was watching Erica Jones' recent 2 videos. Just now starting to watch videos from this week. And her topic of conversation on both her regular video and the live chat she did last night, which, by the way, for some reason, I didn't get a notification that you had a live chat last night, which I usually do. So I was bummed because I was actually home and could have watched, so that was kind of a bummer. But I like to go back and watch her live chats because she always does great conversations and topics. And the topic is the price of silicone dolls going up, but also mainly because she's looking at wanting to get a micro preemie and why the micro preemie prices are so expensive when they're technically a smaller doll, and less materials technically, and so you would think the price would reflect that. So I wanted to share my take on it because I've actually talked to a couple different artists about it actually. And here's the thing with micro preemies and preemie babies, even if it's a full body silicone. You're right. They are using technically less silicone, but the time it takes to paint them really well is actually more, because it's more difficult to paint those tiny, tiny little details, especially like think about their little fingernails and their toenails. And so it's very hard to get those details. So it does take most artists longer to paint a smaller doll, which I never really realized. But now that someone had, once someone had actually told me that, it made sense, because the little tiny cracks and crevices of a newborn size baby, I look at the little fingernails and toenails on Lucy and I'm like, I cannot even fathom what it would be like to actually be able to be that precise on such tiny things. And so now scale it down to a micro preemie size and it's even smaller, and they really have to take their time. And I think therefore, they're looking at it as the time-consuming commitment that they're putting into that doll, and it's about equaling out to a regular size doll, perhaps. That's kind of how I took it anyways. And so I guess when you're looking at doll prices, full-body silicone dolls, whether they're a micro preemie up to a 0 to 3 month size or larger, the prices I'm seeing are just more equal for all of them lately. And yes, I have noticed the prices for silicones just going up and up and up and up, and it's been going up. It's been on a continuing increase since full body silicones came out. It just is the trend. And the bottom line is, and I've talked about this before, because it is aggravating, it is frustrating, because of the fact that it is truly us, the collectors, that are driving the prices up. That's why Romy Stridham demands the prices she gets for her dolls. That's why Claire Taylor demands the prices she gets from her dolls, and people pay it. So as long as we collectors pay for these dolls and pay for those pricing and prices of them, when they increase, if we keep buying, they're going to continue to go up. It's just nature of what it is. And God forbid you actually go find a Romy Stridham baby on, like a new Romy Stridham baby. I'm not talking about a resale. I'm talking about a new one that she puts on eBay, or if Claire Taylor puts one on eBay, or and Huang, her dolls. If you were to ever see a Joanna Kazmierznak baby on eBay, all of those artists and many more, Julie Malloy, there's a plethora of them that if they put those their brand new dolls and release them on eBay and sell them on eBay, you will see collectors outbidding each other. It's a bidding war. That is why the prices go for Romy's babies upwards of 20 grand plus. That is why that happens. We're outbidding ourselves. And if you take a step back and look at what eBay does, it literally pits collectors against one another so that the artist can get the best price. And that is the goal of having an auction. Let's face it, that's what it's about. People get in the heat of the moment and you just click bid, 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 bid. I used to be that way, and then I realized I'm bidding against myself, because if I waited to bid in the last 5 minutes or less of the auction, the price would not have been driven up so high. So I stopped bidding for days in advance. Like, I don't understand why people don't understand that concept. We're driving the prices up. It's us doing it. So note to self and word to everybody out there, when you find a doll you want to bid on and it's a live auction, wait to bid. You'll get a much better price, and it won't. If you think about it, if you're bidding for days before it even ends, you just keep bringing the price up, and then at the end, people are still going to price it up. Wait till the very end of the auction, then go ahead and put your highest bid in, and then if it goes up, it's not going to go up as much because you haven't been doing it for days. That's something I've always wondered why people didn't get about eBay for live auctions. It's something I've learned. Use sniper bid. A sniping system of bidding so that you don't have to sit there and press bid again and again and again. It does it for you. You put your maximum bid in, therefore you don't overpay what you don't want to pay. It does, once you stop bidding, it's done, and you don't decide to at the last minute in the heat of the moment and spend an exorbitant amount. Did I say that right? Exorbitant amount of money, because we all set limits for ourselves. And yet when you're in the heat of the moment of an auction, I've even done it myself, you'll be like, oh, just one more. Thinking you end up spending way too much money. But that's how these dolls get so crazy in prices. And then once that has happened, like once Romy was able to get those higher prices, then she stopped using eBay, and then she puts the price tag at somewhere around, I've noticed if she sells the doll directly, it starts around $12,000 and up from her directly without an auction of any kind, because eBay helped set the pricing and what she can actually set as a base price for her dolls. Same with Claire. Once you get those big auction prices that people will pay, that's what sets those base price plus this, and this, and then you end up at a $10,000 doll. And it's because of us collectors. So we can't get mad at the artists. The artists are doing what artists do best. They're getting paid for their time. Without them, we wouldn't have these gorgeous, amazing dolls. I love this doll. Paid a ton of money for her. Okay? But I wanted her, and I was fine with paying what I paid for her. But let's face it, me going on to eBay and buying a doll is not going to happen. It's ridiculous pricing, and I won't pay those prices at this point. I would hope to think that I've become a smarter buyer over the years, but it's taken a lot of money loss. You buy and sell, you generally are going to always lose money here and there. Rarely will you ever actually make money. You're very lucky if you can. It's only happened to me maybe a couple of times where I've made my money back and or more than the doll's worth because the doll gained value somehow, or people offered me a certain amount to buy the doll because I wasn't really ready to sell the doll, things of that nature. But it's rare. It's so rare, you guys. So you have to be really, really wise about it. You got to kind of think of the economics of things and why the prices are what they are. And always keep in the back of your mind that if we're willing to pay the prices will continue to go up. It's just nature of supply and demand. And because our hobby has blown up, doll collecting has blown up over the years. So many people want one of these babies. So many people want that name, and Romy Stridham is more popular than ever, and she will get those prices. People will pay them. So that is kind of my take on it. I've watched this grow over the years, and I find it to be a very interesting topic of conversation. I love talking to other collectors about it because it is quite baffling to people why the prices keep going up, but I get it. I've seen it happen. And people are like, when is it going to end? It's not going to end. People are paying $20,000 plus for a silicone doll. Think about that. Like, put that in terms of like normal everyday, things that we spend our money on. $20,000. I've seen them go up towards of $24,000 to $26,000 for a silicone baby doll. Okay? Whether or not you think it's worth it or not isn't the point. It's the point that there are collectors out there that will spend that amount of money to bring home one of these collector's items. So that is also why I've learned to become very content with one doll. Having one really nice high-end baby is what I am comfortable with. I'd rather have one really nice high-end baby than a nursery full of mediocre dolls in my eyes. That's just the type of collector I am, and it's also why I don't feel the need to bring home another silicone doll. That's why I'm not going to go out and spend another $10,000 to bring another full-body silicone doll home. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I've got way more other expenses. Now, reborns, on the other hand, those have even gone up in pricing. I've seen some awful-looking reborns on eBay that the prices are at least $700 and above, which I find crazy. If you're not even rooting hair and the painting is mediocre at best, that doll's not worth that. So and the good artists are getting way, way, way higher prices because there's so much crap out there. These custom made to order, oh my gosh, those are such a scam. They're using other people's pictures. It's ridiculous. So unless you trust an artist and you have a custom made, or you're buying on the secondary market, like through Dollfan or something like that, I wouldn't buy a reborn on eBay. I just don't trust unless I know who the artist is and I know the doll is with the artist and I know that that's their ID. There's too many scammers out there and I don't trust anybody. It's become like the scamming community ultimately, and I just don't want to put myself in that position, which is why I don't like to buy and sell anymore. I just don't. It's not a comfortable thing for me. It scares me to death. Had too many bad experiences with super crazy people, just trying to scam out of money. So yeah, you just got to be careful. And there's Miss Lucy in her little bunny sleeper. Doesn't she look adorable, you guys? Those cute little fuzzies. So cute. It fits her perfect. And I've rambled on for like almost 15 minutes now. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 14:06. Yep. All right, that's where I'm going to cut the video off. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed the chat and my thoughts on the whole pricing of dolls and silicone dolls and the pricing rising. And I'm sure I'll be back for another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.